This is the vlog for December 31st, 2018. And it was cold today. Like, it was seriously just a little bit above freezing for most of the day. It was also sunny today for the first time in a week, after being teased with possible sun breaks by my phone's forecast app all week. And especially yesterday when I went for a walk and it looked like it was going to be pretty sunny, and then it was completely cloudy, and then later it got partly sunny. Today it was completely sunny. It was completely sunny in the middle of the day, in the middle of the afternoon, and I went for a walk, and it was very cold. But I have found over the years that cold gives a kind of clarity, that heat can act as a distraction, but cold, when you're thinking about how to keep warm, your mind tends to put that thought sort of in the background and let you focus on more specific things. And that was probably the reason why I went up to my junk room and looked around and realized that the stuff along one wall I wanted to keep. The stuff along the other wall I wanted to keep. And basically everything in the middle I could get rid of. And if that's all I intend to keep, then I should have enough room in a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 storage area to keep the things that I want to keep. It's still going to be a lot of work to get the stuff in the middle of the room into the trash or sell it or give it away or something. But I know I'm not attached to it the way I am to my Transformers and my Gundam models and a handful of other stuff like Lego stuff. Even a lot of the Lego stuff, actually, it's the modern Lego stuff. I actually have a whole bunch of old sets from the 80s and the very early 90s that are probably pretty big collector's items that I really would rather keep. They're little pieces of my childhood that mean a lot to me. And if I had to choose between them and a lot of my Gundam models, I'd choose those old Lego sets, hands down. I have a lot of memories tied up with those things. Cold gives clarity to thought. That's my feeling. Not completely, not always. Like I said, a lot of the time you're trying to think of ways to keep warm. And it's while you're thinking of ways to keep warm that other thoughts sort of seep in. Whereas when I'm too hot, my only thoughts are cool off, find some way of cooling off, resting, relaxing, not being hot. Cold gives clarity. This is going to be the last vlog of 2018 for me. But the last vlog of 2018, the end of 2018 and the start of 2019 is sort of arbitrary when it comes down to it. The calendar that we work off of, the modern calendar, is how do I put this? Oh, and it's not modern calendar, it's Common Era, CE. AD, Anno Domini, is not politically correct, and I always sort of was surprised, when it was explained to me in school what AD meant. It, for whatever reason, that particular explanation came on the heels of a political science class explaining how the framers of the Constitution had no intention of including religion in government. And yet the very calendar that we based off all modern time was Year of Our Lord. So it's arbitrary, whatever you want to call it, the AD calendar, the CE calendar. It's arbitrary. It was semi-based off of lunar cycles, but not really, because you can't really do that if you're going to have 31-day months, except for 1 month that's 28 days, and then about half of the remaining months are 30 days. It's arbitrary. So the fact that this is the last day of this horrible, unfortunate year is arbitrary. It doesn't really mean that much in the grand scheme of things, and that's why I haven't actually prepared anything very profound for this. I leave in about an hour to pick up my parents from the airport. They'll be landing around the same time I leave, and they know that it's going to take half an hour for them to get their bags, get out of the concourse, and get up to the roundabout where people pick up and drop off other people. So I hopefully won't have to spend any time in the cell phone lot, and I can just go up there and get them. But we'll see. They're going to come back and ask me what I think about getting rid of my stuff, and I'm going to try and make a case to keep the things that really matter, and then I'm going to say it's going to take me some time to decide. I just heard something. I don't know what it is. Sounds like it's in the house. I'm going to cut this short and say I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better. And I'll tell you what the sound was if it was anything in my next vlog.